The weight of expectations. Freeing yourself from the pressure to be who you should be. Welcome back to Rooted Within. If you've ever felt the quiet but constant pressure to be what others expect, to meet unspoken standards, to play a role you didn't choose, to carry a story that isn't truly yours, you're not alone. Expectations can be invisible threads that shape how we live, love, work, and even rest. And over time, if we're not mindful, they can become heavy chains we carry without realizing it. Today, I want us to explore what happens when we live under the weight of expectations, where they come from, how they affect us, and most importantly, how we can loosen their grip and return to a life that feels like our own. The many sources of expectations. Expectations rarely come from just one place. They're layered, often beginning in childhood and reinforced by culture, family, community, religion, and media. Some are spoken, clear instructions or rules about how you should behave, look, or achieve. Others are silent, subtle looks of disapproval, comparisons to siblings, or praise only when you meet certain conditions. And sometimes the loudest expectations are the ones we've internalized. We've heard them so often that they no longer feel like someone else's voice. They feel like our own. The cost of carrying them. When we constantly try to meet others' standards, we slowly lose connection to our inner compass. We begin to make choices to avoid disappointment rather than to pursue joy. Feel anxious about letting people down even when we're doing our best. Struggle to say no because we fear it will make us less lovable or respectable. Live in a way that is technically successful but deeply unfulfilling. The cost isn't just emotional, it's physical. Stress, burnout, insomnia, even illness can grow in the gap between who we are and who we think we're supposed to be. Why it's hard to let go. There's a reason expectations are hard to release. They're tied to belonging. As humans, we're wired to want acceptance. Meeting expectations often feels like the price of admission to relationships, careers, and communities. Saying, "I don't agree," or "that's not for me," can feel like a threat to our safety, stability, or connection. That's why releasing expectations is not a matter of willpower. It's a slow, intentional process of building enough self-trust and internal safety to withstand potential disapproval. Practices to loosen the grip of expectations. 1. Name the source. When you feel pressured, pause and ask, whose voice is this? Is it a parent? A teacher? A cultural narrative? Separating your voice from theirs is the first step toward choice. 2. Ask, is this true for me? Even if an expectation is well-meaning, it may not align with your values or needs. Give yourself permission to ask whether it actually belongs to you. 3. Start with small acts of authenticity. You don't have to change everything at once. Begin by making one small decision that reflects your truth, not someone else's. 4. Allow discomfort. Disappointing others, especially those you love, can be uncomfortable. That discomfort doesn't mean you're wrong. It often means you're growing. 5. Surround yourself with affirming voices. Find relationships where you're valued for who you are, not for how well you meet expectations. These spaces will give you courage to keep choosing yourself. A reflection exercise, the should list. Take a sheet of paper and write down every should that comes to mind about who you are, how you look, how you live, and what you do. Don't filter or judge, just write. Then, go through each one and ask, is this truly mine? If it's not, put a small mark beside it. Those marks represent places where you have an opportunity to choose differently. Closing thoughts. You are not here to be a flawless performance of other people's expectations. You are here to live a life that feels like home in your own skin. Letting go of expectations is not about becoming rebellious or selfish. It's about becoming free. Free to love, create, and live in ways that align with who you really are. So as you move through your week, notice the shoulds that whisper in your mind. And remember, every time you choose what's true for you, you're not letting anyone down. You're simply letting yourself be. That's all for now. In the meantime, remember to like and subscribe.